Step right up, step right up, step right into another amazing show. And trust me, you will adore today's show. Yes, you. Auntie Miracle B is live on YouTube right now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I am doing well. Looking good, feeling gorgeous on this wonderful Thursday morning. The reason why I am here today, let me set the scene. Let me get my background music going. There we go. The reason why I'm here today is because I wanted to give my commentary on Miss SarahBoone. SarahBoone is the wonderful young lady in Florida who had her boyfriend, Jorge, and I think he was an illegal immigrant. Be that as it may, they were playing hide and seek, according to her, and he hid in a suitcase, and she then went upstairs to go to sleep and wait for him so they could have sexual relations, and he never woke up, and she realized it the next morning. So I'm going to go ahead and play her 911 call and then get into her interrogation and give my reactions. I promise you guys some additional content. So this is where we are. All righty. Give us one moment here. Let me cut this down a little bit. All right, so let's listen to these lies here.
911, what is the location of the emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, FRANTZ.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Well.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Well, my boyfriend is dead. And no, she doesn't sound distraught or nervous or scared or anything. My boyfriend is dead. You know, like I took out the trash. Today is Thursday. Just, my boyfriend is dead.
Fire rescue. What's the location, Mercy?
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
France Court?
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
What?
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Gilwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So
Lies. What adult plays like that? Me and my boyfriend were playing hide and seek, and I put him in a suitcase. Who Who? I have never heard of such. I don't even play with Paisley like that. Who plays hide and seek like that? Grown. Lies.
I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened?
I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm.
Oh, your doctor.
Right,
now.
okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now?
okay, man, listen, we're on our way. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase.
I pulled him out of the
I
suitcase.
tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
What?
Okay, how old is the boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old.
42?
All right.
What?
Okay, we're sending help out there.
42? So you're playing hide and seek with a 42-year-old? I don't know what type of hide and seek, hide and go find this is, but this is weird. This is weird.
Sheriff's officer on the way out there?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry?
Yeah, okay. All right, listen to me. Okay, I just need to confirm this one. All right, I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
Won't you
I
listen,
tried
ho?
giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. There's a defibrillator. I need you to get.
Lord, she is stressing out the 911 operator. They're used to dealing with, frenzied, crazy, grief-stricken, just out of control people. They're used to it. And you can tell his voice, he's getting frustrated because she's all over the freaking place.
Get it for me, okay?
What is
You
it?
have an AED available?
No.
All right. Do you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, man.
Listen, girl.
So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff.
Oh.
All right. Okay. All right. Listen to me.
He's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. Well, he's got to be cold if he's stiff. He can't be warm and stiff because rigor mortis. Oh boy.
Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
Stiff and purple.
Right.
Girl.
Okay. Listen. Okay, man. That's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him. Okay. All right. Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right inside of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your hand on the top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Girl, that don't matter. He got to do his due diligence. Clearly, you don't care, because if it were me and my husband, if it was Paisley, if it was freaking Paisley, and the vet was telling me to do CPR, even though Paisley is stiff as a rock, I would still try and do whatever these people told me to do, because guess what? They're the ones that has the education and the experience to walk me through this. Because I think that I tried, it don't mean that it doesn't mean that it was done correctly. So yes, let them do their job, Missy, and shut up.
Okay.
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
What?
Okay.
So he gurgled, but he's stiff and cold. Pick a side, ma'am. Pick a side.
Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his sesame hard and fast, going to this twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me.
Shut up.
Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
See, the guy's like, look, I need you to close your mouth. Okay, I need you to shut the hell up and do what I tell you to do. Do what I tell you to do and shut up. Because if you were really concerned, you're not going to sit here and argue with the 911 operator. You're going to do what they tell you to freaking do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She ain't doing
7,
nothing.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need
and
to do.
shut up.
Okay?
Yes. Please, hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on
Thank
pumping
you.
his
I'm still doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
That's what he's asking you to do. Shut up.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on us, I can count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Watch her.
17,
She's going to stop and say
18,
something.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
Come on.
27, 28, 29,
30. There you go.
31, 32. Please,
There you go. I knew she was
Okay,
going
ma'am,
to do
they're
it.
getting here as fast as they can, okay?
he's stiff and he's purple.
Okay.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay?
You heard that sigh. The dude gave a deep sigh. He was just like, oh, God. Just do what the hell I tell you to do. And shut up. Stop arguing with me.
Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. Just you doing a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's, all right, they're getting there as
That's
fast
what I
as they
need
can,
you to
along
do.
with the sheriff's office also,
Shut
okay?
up.
Please.
You deep sigh again.
Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing hide
2,
and seek.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay?
Wow.
We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
Okay. All right, I understand.
Methinks thou doth protest much. I'm going to say it again. Methinks thou doth protest too much. That's usually a big indicator that someone is lying when they give you extra story that no one has asked you for. No one has asked you about playing games and hide and seek and all this other stuff, arts and crafts and the sun and the moon and the stars. Nobody's asking about any of that. All they're requiring you to do as of right now is to do chest compressions and to count out loud. This should be relatively a simple task. Chest compressions, count out loud.
All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Come on.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well,
What happened?
Well, you told us what happened. You said that y'all were playing hide and seek, and he was hid in a suitcase, and you locked him in there, and then you went upstairs and went to sleep, and he never got out of the suitcase. So that would lead me to believe that you know what happened because you told us repeatedly what happened.
Okay, man, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay?
Shut the hell up.
They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good.
You're not counting though.
And you found him in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
Right, just keep on pumping
Dumb
his
as
chest until they
shit.
take over, okay?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Dude is already over it. He's like, I'm so tired of her.
I am.
Okay.
You're not counting though.
Open. Come in. Can I stop having now?
I bet you he's like, praise Moses, the police is there so I can get off this phone with this nut And he probably typing like there's some lies being told. In instantaneous lies being told.
Let them take over for you, okay?
When was the last time anybody saw him? Last night. Okay. We were playing hide and seek. He hit another.
Here she goes.
Okay. But unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can do for him.
Hello, ma'am.
And so we're there, obviously.
All right.
Yeah, no, my boyfriend. Is your boyfriend? Okay. Does he have any kind of metaphors? No, not that I know of.
Hello?
Hey, ma'am, the fire department's going to take care of you now, okay? Yeah, so we'll see you there.
All righty. Hello, ma'am. We still there? Hello?
All right. So we already got initial lie. She called, well aware that Jorge was deceased because he was purple. She locked him in the suitcase because they were playing hide and seek. Okay? That don't make no type of sense whatsoever. None at all. But you've already confessed that you did it. So I don't even understand why we're going to continue to go with this. But, hey, whatever. And remember, this is going to go back to my my main overall belief system, that if a story is told and the story doesn't make sense, it isn't true. Okay. So we're going to go and listen to her police interrogation, and we're going to get some more lies. And just keep in mind, if the story don't make sense, it isn't true. It's a lie. Too much happening here. All right. Let's get these lies. Get into these lies.
I'm going to have you sit in the green chair that doesn't move. Appreciate you coming in.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask you about the incident room. We have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he had by the doctor. So I want, so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising, like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder.
So he's got bruising because clearly he's been hit. He's in a violent confrontation and he's got bruising. Let's continue.
He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a hand on him.
Wait. Why did you say that I haven't laid a hand on him? They were just telling you what his injuries were. There was a gunshot, a bullet on the left quadrant, and it entered in the left quadrant and exited his cheek. Why would you automatically just say, I never laid a hand on him, unless you laid a hand on him? y'all really need to listen to when they say you have the right to remain silent. Y'all really need to go ahead and just say, I'm not going to talk. I need my attorney here. You just need to go ahead and do that.
Fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Oh.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, you know, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty.
And so they're telling you off the gate, look, you can't lie and tell us that he had these marks before, or he got them after when we were trying to do the chest compressions and, you know, we're moving him and getting him out the suitcase. You can't tell us that. We know generally that he got these marks around the time that he was put in the suitcase and died, not before or after. So we're telling you now, don't lie to me and tell me this happened after or prior to the quote unquote hide and seek game. We just let you know now. But of course, I'm sure she's going to say something that it happened after or before. They were already there. It was magic.
All honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea.
Right.
No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over at the house too, so.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
From my understanding, he was there like last Tuesday?
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Oh.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. Yeah. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday.
So we're trying to say that maybe the son had something to do with what happened, but he was there a week ago. That's prior to. And they just told you it didn't happen prior to when he was killed. This happened when he was being killed.
Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Whenever the hell it was.
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday and then into Monday.
Thoroughly confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
considered
not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would he get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know.
What?
I have not touched him.
Yes.
Oh, so she hasn't touched him. And they ask, well, how did he get those bruises and those markings then? Tell me and we'll both know. Oh, okay. But you were there. They weren't there. You were there. So you need to tell them. Or you can't tell them because you hadn't concocted a lie yet. And look, you need to not say nothing, period, until you get your lies straight. You need to write them shits down. If you haven't written them down, you don't need to say it. Write them shits down.
Today, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely
swab underneath your fingernails?
go for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good
Today
days.
was a good day.
even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Well, you put him in the suitcase.
Yeah, I don't even know. The last
That'll do
physical
it.
was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was a month ago?
A few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, like, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, a curtain rod.
Wow.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
Oh, no, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good.
Oh.
I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is.
So Jorge attacks her, and so her two options are to flee, leave out of a violent encounter, or go upstairs and go to sleep during the violent encounter, because somehow sleep negates the domestic violence that is taking place. Like, you go to sleep and then you transport into, you know, the Nightmare on Elm Street dream world with Freddy and Jason. That's, I don't know. This is weird already.
I don't know if you talk to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago. So,
give or take.
Right. So what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
he gets belligerently drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they got your phone and the videos of you with him in the suitcase saying that he can't breathe and you're taunting him. They got it. They got it.
Well, we'll see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads. He split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it. From him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's.
Then why are you still with him?
Everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do.
Oh,
and
Lord,
I feel like I can
mercy.
help him. Like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with.
And the Academy Award goes to.
I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times.
Okay.
I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him.
So you helped him to the grave. That's the help you gave him. You helped him right into the grave.
And he was trying. He was really trying.
Girl, stop.
And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed. And then it's like, next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink.
Oh.
And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. Mm-hmm. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on.
I have no idea what she's talking about right now.
His ex-wife is bonkers. Mm-hmm. She was all over him all the time.
Well, it seems like he likes crazy women. If that's the case, if his ex-wife was crazy, and you can say, you know, that she was crazy, and we can all say unequivocally that you're crazy and a liar as well. He has a thing for crazy women. And I will say this: crazy women allegedly, from what I've been told from my male friends, they are the best in bed. It's a chance that you're going to get your throat slit, but that adds to the excitement, they said. I don't personally understand it, but you know, it ain't got nothing to do with me. So, you know, that's the only reason I can think of that he would continue to be with crazy women.
Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of...
So you said that he's one that gets so flustered and so overwhelmed that he has to reach for a drink, and you don't do that because you are able to multitask and to prioritize and to plan, and everything is organized. You know exactly what's going on, but you just said
or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink. Or
right. So we don't have a drink. And then you come to something and say he, because you know he's the alcoholic. But it's we don't have a drink. You both have an alcohol issue, is what I'm hearing. But you're trying to blame shift and say that it's Jorge who's the alcoholic. Jorge is the one that is violent and does domestic violence and all this stuff, and you're the victim, and you were defending yourself, or you know whatever, but you're the victim in all of this. The dead guy is the victim, you're the victim.
Have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down.
It's all him. It's his fault.
Eventually, he just passes out.
Yeah, it's him.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk.
Okay.
I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she physically can't get drunk, and she doesn't like the feeling of being out of control. Please remember this, that she said that she cannot get drunk, and she doesn't like the feeling of being drunk. Please remember this.
So
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, you know. But you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures. He's loving the dog. He loves the dog.
Oh, okay.
And dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy, kind of thing. He doesn't know. I can get like,
come on,
maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
So let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you, like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over. Mm-hmm. And then that you had I don't even know how the wine, how'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, cause
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll go by Publix, and then on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
Who cares about that?
Because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down. And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and like it makes me fractious listening to his music.
It makes you what?
I kept asking him, the guy he listened to is a little rough around the edges, and like it makes me fractious listening to his music. So
fractious? What?
I kept asking the music that he listened to is a little rough around the edges, and like it makes me fractious listening to his music. So
I have no earthly idea.
I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean we were playing with a dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background.
So we have a couple arts and crafts day. That's what we're doing. We're doing painting and doing puzzles and playing with the dog. So we're doing arts and crafts. Sounds like some stuff that, arts and crafts in the day room at whichever group home you guys stay in. Paisley!
Because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me. Getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay. Laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
And I mean, and then it was.
But you said it was a good day. Like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
Nope. When I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say. With we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
daughters. Yes.
Nothing relationship-wise though. Like no issues. Did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about like
what's going on right now?
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him, so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship, where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like, I have almost everything. Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do.
Oh, so he was outside at recess, and then you decided, hey, come on in, it's time for arts and crafts. That's what this sounds like. This sounds like a crazy summer camp. We were outside. It was the outside block. And so now it's time to come inside, and now we're going to the arts and crafts before we go to the pool. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like summer camp.
So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room. And then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what? We're here. It is a good day.
What?
Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows.
What are you explaining? If y'all are having a good day, y'all are getting along, y'all playing with the dog, y'all had recess and then arts and crafts and watching video trailers, movie trailers, listening to music. Why wouldn't you be talking? Why would
But I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself.
Oh, please.
And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him.
Yeah, you took care of him. You took care of him.
I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night.
Oh, but you slept the night before, though.
I miss him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped. I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped.
Oh, okay.
I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah.
Well, you're here now because you killed him. I don't know, that's the kind of help that he needed, but yeah, that's why you're there, because you killed him.
We just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
You were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
I'm going to tell you one thing. God going to get tired of y'all saying to him, a hand to God, I swear to God, one day he's gonna strike that right hand down. It's a big ball of lightning is gonna come out and strike that hand, or it's gonna be set on fire like the burning bush. Is it gonna be struck down by lightning, or it's gonna spontaneously combust and blow up? Y'all gonna quit bringing him into this. He is not involved, ma'am. Telling these lies.
You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end.
Okay.
But then
You probably drove him off
I had
the
him
deep
bailed
end.
out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work.
Stop the madness. I have been a probation officer. I have never once called the person that he's been domestically abusing, according to you, and give them a hug and say, you've been doing a great job. Karen, you've been doing a great job. I have never had that conversation. Never. That is an inappropriate conversation to have. And besides, she is his probation officer. She's not going to discuss this with you. Just lying for no reason.
He was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what VIP stands for, Batterers Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed.
Oh.
Like I could change in him.
Oh. Okay.
Where before lashing out, he would think about it.
Oh.
And would always come home and show me his papers. And we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong.
Oh.
But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
You love him.
When
you love him to death.
When you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors still tell me that. The office property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
How many times?
He also went down and bailed him out.
I know.
The next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you?
Come on, get your story right.
Oh.
Get it together.
Previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, their father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it. Like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times.
Well, that would be continual.
And he has nowhere else to go. They got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is he pursues me. So I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's gonna do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday or whenever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm going to go ride my bike.
Oh.
I'm going to go upstairs.
Go ride your bike.
But what does he say? Every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look up some jobs, you're more than welcome to.
Wow.
I'm just going to be upstairs, maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you talking about this is like recent? You kind of like lost me. Like what are you?
It was
talking
a
about?
while,
Girl,
like,
I'm lost
a
too.
little while ago. But
now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately, or
no?
Okay.
No.
Then why mention it then?
Okay, my thing is too, so you all know. Oh, I hate that you can't talk to her, but Dee, his ex-wife. When I say a monster, she's a monster. Like it does. She withholds their children from speaking to
So
him.
let's deflect, shall we? Let's deflect. Even though the ex-wife didn't have anything to do with the dead guy with the suit in the suitcase, you're related to the dead guy in the suitcase. Let's just bring her in there just to throw extra crap top of the crap soup that you're serving. You're serving me crap soup. You're serving me lies. You're serving me foolishness. And so let me just throw in the ex-wife just for reasons. Just reasons. Ex-wife, reasons.
So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her.
So if it's not recent, why are we mentioning it? Why? What purpose is this for? Why? Explain this to me. Why? Why?
Well, he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
You're right.
What does she have to do
this
though
matters.
with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like,
no, I'm just saying, like, previously, why the incidents, what happened is she plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of job and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
Nope, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then
you just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside so we could
About what time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking.
Come on, get your life straight now.
You went up to bed around midnight, fell asleep around 12:30ish. But those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
like when we started to play hide and seek. Yeah. Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long. Maybe about 6-ish. Then
you're talking about from hanging out outside and like. Okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there. And just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus, it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know.
But I thought he was outside by himself, and then you had him come in because he was outside. I don't even know why I'm trying to figure this crap out, because it don't make sense. These is lies being told.
If they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever.
Whatever.
Maybe. Gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, Tag, you're it. So we know. Okay, take off.
What?
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up.
So we go from hide and seek to tag. You're it. Are you kidding me? Y'all are grown. The guy is 40 freaking 2. Now I could see if y'all were playing, quote unquote, hide and go get it. If you know what the it means, you know, y'all are having adult playtime. I can understand that possibly for maybe a couple of minutes, but not a lengthy, like for real game of hide and go seek and red light, green light. And I'm wondering, I don't know what year this was, but I'm wondering if this was prior to Squid Game coming out. Maybe she just recently watched Squid Game, and then that's where these childhood games are coming from. She watched Squid Game. I'm hoping, because nobody can be this goofy in real life.
Up and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Hide and seek.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
No.
So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there, and it was in play because...
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
But you did it!
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
I mean, we were playing.
No, I know,
that
but
time,
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so...
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out.
I'm sure it does.
Really
I'm sure
bad.
it does.
My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, no. I understand, you know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So.
So that makes the story really unbelievable.
Do you remember making any videos or maybe having any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
Uh-oh.
Well,
no.
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay.
Oh.
But your phone is password protected. You have the password. He has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought
come get your lies straight now.
Me.
Okay.
Straight.
Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's your phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I buy your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get it?
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like he'll joke with me and say, "Okay, I need to borrow your phone," and he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial.
Girl, bye.
No, he is the only other person that would use your phone. I'm assuming other.
Well, Lucas.
Right, but Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So the reason why they're asking you this several times is because there's a video that was taken on Sunday that you recorded, and they have access to that. They've seen it, and they're going to confront you about it. That's why they continue to ask you about it, just in case you were confused, ma'am.
I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
the dogs,
and George, and them dancing. But I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found.
There we go.
And it was from your phone. You see it?
Come on now.
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
Of course not.
You've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shutting down.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
So what y'all are hearing is Jorge in the suitcase. She actually pulled her cell phone out and recorded him in the suitcase. But apparently she forgot that she did it. And so when she was asked, hey, you had any videos or pictures of Sunday? Never, not that I know of. I may have got a picture of him dancing with the dog. And they go right and pull up him in the suitcase, begging for his life, and her talking to him, and her holding the phone because it was on her phone. Let's continue.
The battery doesn't last very long.
It used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right.
Now look, Ho, you got a few minutes to try and think of a lie. Don't start talking. Just sit there, keep your mouth closed, because you done painted yourself in a corner. You need to find a way to get out of it. Or you could just say, I plead the fifth, and end it. That's probably what you need to do, is I plead the fifth, and not try and explain or anything else. Just I plead the fifth. 515, the fifth.
No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and.
No.
Okay, why did you say it like that? Like.
I don't think you all understand who I am. Where.
Okay. Oh.
I mean, I've always been a straight A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Girl,
I
bye.
excel at everything.
You excel at everything, yet you're unemployed. Okay. Gotcha.
I would not do that.
You wouldn't zip somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Oh.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
So how are y'all playing hide and seek if you put him in there? That defeats the purpose of the game, does it not? Wouldn't he have to go in the suitcase and zip himself in there? And then you're running around the house trying to find him, and he hid in the suitcase. Not that you put him in the suitcase, because there's no seeking to be had. You just put him in the suitcase. This sounds more like a saw trap to me. You put him in the suitcase and let's play a game. You have 5 minutes of airtime left, and you have to use one of the implements to exit out of the suitcase. And you better hurry up before the suitcase locks in 2 minutes. That's what it sounds like to me. This don't sound like hide and seek to me. That's a lie.
Okay.
No, it's a jigsaw trap.
No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Why?
Oh, translation. You guys know I'm full of shit and I'm lying. And I already ran my mouth too much. I'm in it too deep. And I'm scared, but I don't have sense enough to keep my mouth shut. But I'm scared because y'all not buying my shit. Y'all not buying what I'm selling.
We just want you to watch this. It came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
What?
I don't know how much I can take.
But it's your phone. It's your video. You did it. You were there. But I don't know how much I can take.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it. That's okay.
This what Darrell did when they were confronting him about his role in the parade. And they were like, hey, take a look at this. Well, why do you want me to look at it? Why do you want me to look at it? Don't make me look at it. I don't want to look at it. I'll look at it, but I don't know why you want me to look at it. They all do the same thing. The same thing. Narcissistic dumbasses do the same thing over and over. Like it's the same demon that's jumped from body to body to body. And they all run their mouth in the police station.
Okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No.
Come on. Got plenty of time. 2
For
minutes.
everything you've done to me. Oh. Fuck you.
And this
Fuck
is,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. He's asking for help, calling your name, and you tell him, that's my name. Don't wear it out. He's saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's when you do it. You trust me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
I know you don't want to watch it. I wouldn't either.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck you.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred like something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this is killing you. You being confronted, being a liar, and that you put him in the suitcase is killing you. No, it killed him. It killed Jorge. That's who it killed. Your white ass is right here sitting in the seat looking stupid. You killed him.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
We know.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
but not intentional.
How?
No, you told me you went upstairs because
Look,
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's, and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
Girl, bye.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know. Like,
The
what you want
truth
me
is
to
what they're
tell you.
asking you.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you.
Yeah.
It's not malicious.
Oh.
Then what is that?
What does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
like he
partner,
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there.
Oh, okay.
Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
but you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's
at
what I
no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers.
He'll be up here any minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you
He's
think
not
he's
able to get out.
joking? You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
When he
laughing.
first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to
No.
recording this?
No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
and
I
you're the
didn't,
only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
Being oxygen starved is not nothing. That's not panicked. Saying I can't breathe. Begging to be let out of the suitcase. That's not panicking. That's not panicking. Okay. I wish I lived in this world that she lives in.
George has done that in the past before, too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like,
He's never been locked in a suitcase. That's
No.
where he couldn't get out. So
It's kind of, I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen
crying
is
wolf kind of thing.
okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking. He is begging.
Begging.
And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
What? I thought that you weren't drinking. So you had drank to excess so much. Now remember, you don't drink to excess, and it's impossible for you to get drunk. But now you drank so much that you don't remember making the video that you were confronted with. Pick a side, man. Pick a side. If it don't make sense, it's not true.
Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't mean that
You told us times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure
Right,
out
we're
what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did. Like,
Mom.
we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But
But
you
again-
willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and get
My
ready
plan
for
wasn't
bed.
also to leave him in the suitcase,
What?
Why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out? He
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is going to
How?
happen to somebody in a
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was
suitcase,
your plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
Wow.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
I don't-
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
But that didn't cross your mind because
That's
it
like,
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
They're trying
the
to
whole-
make sense of this nonsense.
it's the drinking.
But you won't.
That's what it is.
But
It's the drinking.
But you don't get drunk.
I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like I didn't.
He's telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Come on,
guys.
Get your story straight now.
That's how we are with each other.
Huh?
Like nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you love
I wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
Either.
So I just.
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, it's.
I mean,
it's not that was not my intention.
Well,
y'all don't have any idea what I've done for
acts,
him.
But by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you any appreciation.
He did.
What?
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe.
Oh!
And you verbally several times told him just fuck you.
Well, you said it in the video, but you won't let us play the rest of it. You don't want to.
When I say cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I think so too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So I mean, that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't know what you. This is.
Come on.
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
Done what?
Set somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think? So you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you guys are trying to assume?
Oh, I love when they gaslight the police. Remember, Darrell did that. What you over here, you thinking that I don't give a fuck. What makes you think I don't give a fuck? You think that I would want to do this, do this, do this? You're trying to make it seem like I don't care. You don't care because you would not put a human being in a suitcase, zip it all the way, and go upstairs and go to bed. That is not normal.
Them? Or trying to
or just the video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
Complete opposite.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
and that's why we want to know.
And I don't remember doing those.
The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies.
A lot of lies
and
being
this video
told.
Explains itself. It really, truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about...
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh good.
Look, she had to stop the detective. She was like, listen, bitch, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt my train of thought.
Thought about the video or thought about...
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are
That's right, bitch, don't interrupt me.
Oh, good. I got him in there. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us.
That's what you did.
Mm-hmm. And the video... Yeah, I mean...
But I'm not going to say...
You thought he could get out on his own. But the video shows that he can act it out on his own.
But when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
This is
and you're claiming that
stupidest shit I've ever heard.
That's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
That's what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got...
But the zipper part is broken.
Yes, which is why we were going to zip it. I just...
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily. That's the way they're designed.
But you could on the inside too. I don't know how...
Well, why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could?
I don't know. I don't know if he saw like, where the hole was. I don't know.
I didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
the
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh good, I got him in there. Now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase
She's been drinking
and then watches
probably
that
went
video.
to sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before. I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. You obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you went upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it.
I'm sick too. Listen to it.
I've never done anything like this before in the past. I am sick. Especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So but my thing is that
we're assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay.
Lord.
And you also
keep making it worse.
Can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole. That
He eventually would have been able to get out.
There's a hole in the suitcase, dear Sarah. Dear Sarah, there's a hole in the suitcase. Suitcase, a hole.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay, well.
I did not zip it up all the way.
Lies.
This is horrific, okay?
Okay.
Horrific.
Yep.
It is terrible.
Yeah, so
Horrific.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right.
Well, somehow I believe that you were never right in the first place. So, I mean, there's not going to be any change. It seems like you're a narcissist and that you are a Karen and you're one of those insane, retarded ass Karens that everybody wants to just body slam when they come into their vicinity. So, yeah, you were never right. You've been wrong from day one. And these lies is wrong. These lies is wrong. His hair is wrong. His wardrobe is wrong. It's all wrong. It's all bad.
Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this, whom I loved, it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
Lies.
Yes, you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't intentionally go to bed because I'm thinking, okay, good, he can get out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
and what do you normally do when you go to bed?
Do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What do you
mean?
mean?
What is bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
but
bed
obviously
to do what?
You can tell too that, like, I think
you go to bed
also.
to do what? Okay.
What?
You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which Yeah, she could tell that I had been drinking, but.
Okay.
What? You were drinking?
If you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
If I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep.
This hoe is crazy. You said that you don't drink to excess because you like to keep your wits about you. You said that. So now you have gotten to be so drunk that you can't remember him begging for his life in a suitcase. You don't remember taking the video that's on your phone. And you don't remember physically walking upstairs to wait for him for 30 minutes and then he magically fell asleep. You don't remember any of this. You didn't intend to walk upstairs. You didn't use your own, you didn't go upstairs by your own power to literally pick a foot up and place on a step, then the other foot place on the step and continuously climb to the top of the steps and then walk into the bedroom. And you would have to physically, manually take the blankets and move them over to slide into the bed. And then put the blanket back over you and then, do your jiggling and wiggling on the bed and on the pillow to get it comfortable and went to sleep. But you didn't do it intentionally though, right?
Is that what you all are trying to do? To portray me as?
We're not trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
Until you put it in
everything
fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy.
To the suitcase.
You all don't. Okay, for me to tell you this again.
Come on.
Mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Oh, you're the victim. Gotcha.
I don't.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you because this was not in any way, shape, or form.
Come on.
Hand on the Bible, intentional.
Oh, they're gonna bust again.
So you just left
I didn't kill him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out and no come. Because you don't.
And then he doesn't. But you don't go check on him.
The hole only you can see.
You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even move. You admit to moving the suitcase over. So
you roll it.
You roll it out. Like it's not like
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
You didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear me.
You killed somebody.
That's how he talks to me most of the time.
Oh.
I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was.
Oh my God.
I called Ryan and 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to I was trying to do CPR.
Oh.
I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out.
Oh.
And try to do CPR.
Oh.
And then called you guys.
Oh.
And then was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone.
Well, no, you weren't. You were running your mouth and you were frustrating the dispatcher. And they kept telling you, just do the chest compressions and count. I don't need any extra exposition, any extra explanations. But you kept running your mouth and talking about, he's purple. I did this already. What do I do? I need somebody here. Hurry. Somebody come here now.
Where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
And you didn't do it. You was focused on your flat ass.
I don't know how. I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but that he didn't. And you went upstairs and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too, like,
you chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
No, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know,
stop it.
Maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just
come on.
You know what?
Yep, come on.
I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
What?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean.
Come on.
Come on.
No. Just.
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got. This is what you make me feel like.
See, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did it.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful.
Yes. That's one truth.
And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Well,
I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
Well, you're going to be incarcerated, so you'll be drinking that jungle juice that they make, but you're not going to be, you will not be out and allowed to drink, Mandavi or Dom Perignon and none of that stuff. So you're right. So that's a great consolation prize to know that you will not be drinking and imbibing any of these wonderful beverages. But let's be real, you drink freaking Blue Ribbon. You know you drink Blue Ribbon or natural ice. You one of them type of hoes to drink a Blue Ribbon and smoke Marlboro Reds. So quit playing.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing.
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's in the bag saying,
my God.
And you say, fuck you.
When he, for the whole few minutes that he was in there,
minimum 11, but yes, go ahead. It's a few.
Come on.
For one video.
Get your lie right now. Come on.
Well, in between the two videos.
Between the two
minutes.
videos? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life.
Bitch, just go ahead and just wave the white flag and surrender. Just surrender and say you need an attorney. Just stop. Okay? Just stop.
Telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him?
Come on. Come on.
There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like,
again, it's the boy calling wolf.
Right.
Okay, but where does this game end? You say this is a game, you got
obviously
in there.
the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there. Night.
What?
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs and got in your bed.
Hello.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and check
And it's
on him.
the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I don't
to
care
do,
about 30
whatever.
minutes.
It's like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
Life. He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
The truth.
Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you can't tell us why.
How do you accidentally leave someone in a suitcase? How do you accidentally do it outside of something monumental happening? How is it accidental at this point? You expected him to come out of the suitcase for however long he was in there, 5 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever. You expected him to come out the suitcase. He didn't come out the freaking suitcase. And you went upstairs under your own volition. You went up the steps. These lies, child.
You left him in there and went upstairs.
It wasn't intentional.
That's the only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing.
Okay.
But again, I'm thinking he'll be up here in a minute.
But he wasn't.
But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going out?
I don't know why.
Because you intended
He's
to kill him.
You let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
Right,
you said
I don't
this
know.
was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys? So what is it you're trying to like?
We're just trying to figure out why.
Why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
They're trying to figure out. They're trying to make it make sense. This story that you're telling does not make sense. And what did I always say? If it doesn't make sense, it's not true. So there are lies being told and the story don't make sense. They're trying to make the story make sense. The math ain't mathing with the story you're telling. The math ain't mathing. It's just not. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the math.
Why he was left in the bag? Why did
I didn't have any motivation. It was me. He and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm going to go to sleep.
That's excluding, it's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted.
Uh-oh.
And he has a bump on his eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you.
That's right.
Like, this is not fair. At all, that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come from?
If you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't.
This is the dumbest.
I'm blaming it on the wine.
The wine.
So you guys.
So now it's the wine's fault. The wine did it. I thought you didn't get drunk and you didn't lose your wits, but now it's the wine. The wine did it. The wine did it. You must have been drinking some hella strong box wine. Let's be real. That's what she drinks, box wine.
You're like assuming that.
You keep saying we're assuming. Well, we're not. We haven't assumed anything.
But you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
That's what you did.
By what
like
the facts of what happened. We got there. You said you pulled him out of a suitcase. You said you went up. You went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
now
what
we're asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
What?
You've used it today too. To say that you guys were within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They
same
were both
exact day.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't, because they weren't there the day before.
So one
There's
was.
2 Publix receipts from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you 2 would have consumed together.
Okay, well,
What?
I mean, there's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
so this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
We know.
Wow.
But we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes.
Yes, that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
I'll play it.
So
Don't
you
play
guys
it, girl.
think that I intentionally,
You did.
It
You
doesn't
got up
matter
off the couch
It doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up damn stairs.
okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair.
What?
That you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
That's what you did. There are some things that you don't have to prove intent. It's the action. The action that you did is the intent. I don't have to actually prove that I intended to go upstairs. The fact that I went upstairs is the intent. Not that you didn't intend to lock him in the suitcase, but the fact is that you put him in the suitcase and zipped it. Meant that you intended to put him in the suitcase and zipped it. You intended to go upstairs. You didn't have to manually say, I intend to go upstairs, but the fact that you did it is the intent. That's the intent. The action.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase.
Oh.
I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't. The video.
No.
Wait, he could push it open? So if he could push it open, then he would have pushed it open and he would be alive. Clearly, he couldn't push it open because he's dead.
Him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay.
you, he can't breathe.
Okay.
If someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't.
Girl, stop it.
I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way.
Oh my gosh. Stop the madness.
He nor I.
Well, he's dead as a result
Laid
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result of
I
your
understand
action.
that.
So,
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
Girl, you just make it
Right.
worse.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
well,
We're
what
okay
about
with
when
it.
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because
So
he
nothing
and I
happened to
have
you.
not been at it with one another.
You are so stupid. You are so freaking dumb. This is painful. I mean, this is absolutely painful. Wave the white flag and let it go. You are talking yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole. And when this comes out in court, and it will, there's not going to be anything that you can say. Oh, by the way, I heard that she wants to try and represent herself. She wants to be pro-per. So I absolutely hope that occurs. No attorney wants to deal with her. As you can see why. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a gaslighter. She's a manipulator. And she's not smart. That's the worst thing. She's stupid.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably gone to jail all those times that he went to jail for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his.
What?
So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
I thought that if the stories are different, I mean, that's always going to be a variation on the story. But if the person has physical marks on them, they're usually going to take the person that does not have the marks. But if there's actual physical evidence that abuse took place, they're going to take the other one to jail. So if they took you to jail, there must have been physical marks on Jorge, Jesus, whatever his name is. They would have taken him to jail if he had beat you, but you had hit him. That's why they took you to jail. There was probable cause that you hit him.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser.
Because
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it.
That's your problem.
This, I don't know.
That right there is your problem. That right there. You always know what to do and how to do it. That means nobody can tell you shit. That means you know it all. Nobody can tell you anything at all. No one can say, hey, girl, I don't think that's a good idea. Hey, if you two are fighting, then maybe you two need to separate. Maybe you need to go for a little while and cool off. Make sure you document the pictures of the abuse and do this and do this and do this. Hey, maybe you need to, write down things in a journal and document it this way. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. You don't listen to people. And since you don't listen, you concoct retarded ass stories that don't make sense because you did not fact check it. You didn't run it through a panel or someone that will sit there and help it make sense. Because it makes sense to you, it don't make sense to anybody else. Somebody needs to have sat there with you and be like, baby, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. No. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. That you need like a focus panel, a focus group to tell you this shit don't make sense.
So I don't know like what's going on or like.
Oh, bitch, you know what's going on.
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us, we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
Okay.
Because you were drunk,
You're
but you weren't
telling us
drunk,
that
but
we're
you're
assuming
drunk.
stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating
understand.
what you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay. Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like what's
the what? Texting? Oh no, I'm texting.
No,
you guys are scaring me, so like I don't know like what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that need to be taken care of. Like I don't.
You don't know what to expect? Expect to be put under arrest. That's why they gave you the Miranda. I expect to be arrested and expect that you're going to have to, have a lengthy court process to trial. That's what you should expect. But I'm thinking she probably thought that she was going to talk herself out of this and go home.
What are your questions?
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in the bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Mm-hmm.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
You did.
Not intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
At all.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
Not, again.
the reason that you killed him?
You all.
Please sit down.
Baby, sit down now.
Please sit down.
You all, listen.
Come on. Get your lie right.
Come on. Did not.
Come on.
Not.
Come on.
Intentionally kill him.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I need to do or how to do it or what to say or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
That you're a liar.
Everything that I've done for George and love him and continuously helped him throughout his life with me.
Time to redirect.
And made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has their limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm going to snap. Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
You did.
Absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago.
Me.
It's irrelevant.
You said
The
it.
video was from last night.
Clearly,
So it wasn't that,
yet.
yeah.
There's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
But I would never do that.
But it happened, and you did.
But that's after being playful.
But no one's
And
laughing.
having a good day.
No one's laughing.
My God.
Everybody's having a good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Right.
Y'all are making me out to be the person that I'm not. Nor have...
They're making you out to be the person that you are. They're making you out to be the person that did this because you recorded yourself doing it. They're just telling you what they see, what we see. Maybe you're not ready to face what you are and the piece of shit bag person that you are. Maybe you believe that your shit doesn't stink. You probably believe that. But the video that you took says otherwise.
Or will I ever be?
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
And I can tell she's a mean drinker.
It's like well...
Because you're sober now, so sober you.
Nice
But what about drunk you?
She's a mean drunk, and she cries a lot when she drinks.
It's both of us.
Guaranteed.
It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
Now, they wasn't talking nothing about them freaking marks. You brought this shit up yourself. Why? Because you did it.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him.
Okay.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Zipped them in the bag.
Nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No. Why would I do that?
What?
Well, you
Good
told us
question.
you
You
did.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
So you flip
You
it
had to put
around.
him upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down because the
Oh my
when
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
and that's
in
the
where his
unfortunate.
body was.
That's the unfortunate thing
Was
too
upside
is nobody else was there. That's
We
the
have a
unfortunate
video
thing.
showing the suitcase in several different positions.
This girl is crazy.
So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to flip it
I'm
to there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this.
Leave it.
I did not intentionally do this. No malicious content or effort was towards this.
Content, huh?
No malicious.
No
I would
malicious.
say
Point of
because that
video.
help you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
No malicious.
Last night, I
The-
maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The fuck you is very, very,
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common like,
oh,
hey Scott, fuck you.
thank you.
That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that.
Okay.
So we were trying to give you an opportunity and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
No.
I would probably be telling myself that too
My
after that
intent,
video.
my intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like,
regardless,
that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him, it's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs. No one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
You leave him.
It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying and like you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you were drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier.
Everything recorded.
Alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
Yes.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left him down there sober.
I have already told both of you also that we were both drinking.
Right. Okay. But you want to admit that you were drunk?
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that you
but what do you?
Okay,
just.
You left them in there. Trying to dance around the fact that you left them in there.
This is not.
You didn't leave them in there?
It's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool. He's dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left them in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's going to get out.
Okay, and he didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging, saying, I
but
can't
when you
breathe.
say that, though, but you have to,
Please let me out. I can't
y'all
breathe.
don't know George, though. Like,
I mean, we can't.
Again, I thought it was the boy crying wolf. So
like we can't know him now because you killed him. So, yeah, you're right. We don't know him.
It's just like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you going to open it, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
It's not a big deal. I'm just asking a question.
Oh, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in a suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
So again, I'm still confused how you're playing hide and seek. What is the interpretation of this game for him to be in a suitcase and you to zip it? How is this hide and seek? I'm confused. I know I'm old as hell and I hadn't played hide and seek in a long time. But I distinctly remember being someplace, counting, and the person that, I'm the seeker, and then the hider goes off and they hide somewhere, and I count to 10 or whatever, and then I go and try to find them in the house. So if the person that is hiding and the the seeker puts the hider into the suitcase. So how are we playing hide and seek if the person that I was trying to find, I already got and found, and he in the suitcase? You see how this don't make no sense? So if it don't make sense, it ain't true. I'm confused trying to recite this. I don't understand any of this. Like, none of this makes sense to me.
But that's what happened. You keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went up to bed, woke up the next day.
Are you all trying to have me admit that? Are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not.
Well, they don't need for you to admit it because, it's self-evident. We see it. You did your admission yourself. You confessed yourself by recording it on your phone. You're watching the recording. Like, I don't understand this.
True.
I'm basically
These are the dumbest people.
Because that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional.
Gotcha.
I don't know what or how I can say it.
When you can't.
I love George. Love him.
Right.
To this day, still.
To death.
Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Love makes you do crazy things.
It doesn't do, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what? I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Wow.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him.
What? But he's dead, though. So what are you hoping that he does? Resurrect and come back? That he's waiting for you at the crossroads? That he's sending a deceased pet from the Rainbow Bridge back to you? Like, I don't understand. You expect him to contribute to your bills? And he's dead? I mean, I don't understand.
I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him.
I wouldn't let him out of a suitcase.
Oh.
Okay.
Petty, petty, petty.
We're simply just trying to go through. I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to. This was such a laughing matter.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Not by that
All
video.
day. All
Not
day.
by that video. That
All
part
day.
wasn't.
Yeah, because, you know, when I think of things that are fun and things that I want to do before I die, that's being locked in a suitcase and left suffering from air starvation. That is, I mean, right up there. You know, that's going to be better than going to Paisley Park. It's going to be up there past, you know, going to Europe, going to Paris Fashion Week. It's going to top all of those things. You know, skydiving, climbing Mount Everest. No, I want to be locked in a suitcase. After a day of drinking boxed wine and doing arts and craft projects, in addition to having my ass beat and then stuff in the suitcase. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It's fun, fun all day.
Anybody looking at it I don't think anybody would look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
Best time, the time.
So why is it you all think that I, y'all don't know me, you don't know me.
No, you're a liar, though.
Would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son.
What?
Like, why?
9-year-old son would be.
Like,
Why are you so like caught on what we think?
Yeah.
When
because
you should be more concerned about what you told us.
It's because
And
like you guys are like trying
the things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you've now
like
told
what
us
is opposite?
Well, you said that it was, and you're the only one laughing.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
There has been a thread of delusional thinking that has permeated all of America in, I don't know, the last 10, 15 years. And we get progressively dumber and dumber and dumber. And so now they want us to question things that we see or things that we know to be true, and be convinced that what we have seen or what we know to be true is not true and is a lie. We seen you in the video, and we seen your behavior in the video. We saw what you said. We heard what you said. We heard what he said. We saw what you did in the video. But then you want to come and be defensive about when you are making it seem like this, and you're supposed to believe what I say and not what you saw. Like, come on.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun.
Well,
because you're screaming at him. He's begging to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sounds like screaming at me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever.
Okay. Are you still gonna allow us to do your fingernails?
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get that set up. Do you need any more water?
No, but when you come back, can I ask about this?
Yeah.
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
wasn't.
understand how your story changes so much to the
How
fact
is
that.
it changing? Please help me explain. Understand.
You went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
When you're
didn't think
answering
so.
them.
Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day. It didn't end well, obviously.
I was going to say, that's, I mean.
That's a pretty shitty day.
I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you how horrific it was.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Horrific.
Yeah,
because I don't remember taking those videos.
Okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom.
Huh?
I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop.
What?
I can't find him. So what's gonna happen? Like,
here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does somebody have their wits about him when?
See, that's the thing too. But you can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Bitch, I have drank plenty of times, plenty old times, and I have never locked somebody in a suitcase and then conveniently forgot that I locked them in the suitcase. Okay, I've never done any of those things, and I've drank, and I'm not proud of this, but somebody gave me some Everclear. I still didn't do none of this shit.
Oh my gosh! Right.
Regularly.
Right.
Really?
Right. Talk to the property manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not.
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many? You had two neighbors you went to and asked to go use the restroom.
See, that is just not fair.
No, hold on. You had two different neighbors.
Look, you look like you're an alcoholic. You look like an alcoholic. The only thing different from, a stereotypical middle-aged alcoholic, working at the diner with a little name tag, and her name should be Lurleen. That's what you look like. You drink, and you drink cheap shit and smoke Marlboro Reds or Virginia Slim. Menthol. Y'all love menthol.
Neighbors that live directly next to you, you asked to use the restroom and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go across the way to somebody else.
No, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use a restroom?
Because Eli was in there.
What?
Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time.
Ever.
My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like, go over there and try over there.
There's two bathrooms.
I wouldn't let somebody go upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Or somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen, and there's stuff in the bathroom, and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together.
Girl.
They're families.
Girl.
And nonetheless, if you really want to know,
Girl.
I hope it doesn't get them in trouble. But he is over here legally, so he's trying to work on getting his green card.
What does that got to do with you?
Not shit.
They didn't want to be involved.
No. I was asking last night because we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood
that
come up
Eli and Kim.
drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim. Okay. Did you ask Vinny next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no.
Okay.
And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep.
I can help you out.
Who's coming?
To do the
Yeah,
fingernails.
you said that we could.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know. So don't think that it's.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No.
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
Girl.
What does that mean?
We're
Girl.
going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's.
So apparently she believes that she's not being detained and that she is not, that she can go home after this. But we're just having a conversation. I'm telling you my side of the story. And, you know, they're going to let me go. And you're going to give me all of my stuff back. Girl, come on.
The videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to
fine.
do our due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now, too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did to him, which was not intentional.
Girl.
What's that?
In that. Is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going
I'm
to
not
agree to
making
anything that
assumptions.
you're saying. I'm not, that you're.
So, his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her, or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's still on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I thought I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling. We don't.
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes.
Girl.
Yeah,
So what you gonna tell him? I'm sorry, Jorge can't come to class today because I killed him. I locked him in a suitcase. So he won't be making it back to class.
Classes. To do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery intervention.
A corpse can't abuse substances. I don't think that they need to worry about him anymore. I don't think you have to worry about him drinking. I think it's safe to say he won't be drinking.
Yeah,
Something else I was just curious to ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because
Other than this.
she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been because of him being in the suitcase? Or y'all are saying that I physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Oh, well, we know he didn't touch you.
I'm leaving it at that. So I don't know if you all know how to do this because so that's what I was gonna get ready to ask you. So are you all updating his parents today or when you get final, whatever?
Wow.
What does it matter? Why?
Exactly.
What we tell his parents, what do you mean?
Because
Come on. Come on.
We're gonna talk with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I have to.
but it's gonna come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Well,
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's
scratch,
the thing.
and
Here's the
Wow.
thing.
whatever on the
Wow.
head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
this bitch.
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Get your lies straight.
Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really?
I mean, damn.
Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I ask you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
Girl.
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have
wow.
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So
It'll be up to them to make the arrangement.
And even if they knew, you can't go, and the family wouldn't want you there because you're the killer. This is just like Jodi Arias. You know, going to Travis's, she didn't make it to the funeral, to his viewing or his wake. Like, what business is it for you to be there? You are the perpetrator of this crime. They're not going to want you there. They're not going to want you there. And I love how you threw in, well, you know, he's an illegal alien. Okay. Irrelevant. You still killed him, though.
That's what they want to do. Like, she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're going to do.
His body can't even be released,
No.
so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was going to call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then
It'll be released to the
family.
next of kin.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger. It goes to them. They're the ones that are going to release it. We don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what and how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE,
Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat for Lucas and the receipts. And this is just his phone, my phone, and then the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're going to come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about, like, in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or, like...
I can't tell you, like, what to do.
I mean, like, so, like, for... Like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna, like... Because it makes it sound like, to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
I understand.
So
we're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is kind of thing? Or like, because I've done the whole court thing. I've done the whole attorney thing. I've done whatever. So if I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George.
Okay.
That's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to be pinned on me. So however or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. So that's why I'm asking what the next step is other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you.
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
What? That's the least of your worries.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what,
See, she thinks that she's going home. She thinks she's going home. She really believes she's going home.
He's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. Like, so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell them? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell them?
I don't think it really matters what we're going to tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is. It's fuel to the fire.
This bitch is crazy.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know. I'm not saying we're going to go. I'm not saying that we're going to go and tell them every single thing we have. But again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record. So eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So it does, like, I'm not, you're making it sound like we're going to tell them something. So then your life is in danger. And I don't like that accusation. So let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot
What are we going to tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet, even.
Right.
So
it's,
you want me to like tell you exactly what I'm going to tell them? I don't know what I'm going to tell them. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm going to tell them.
So
Parents that are dealing with
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be there. I don't know what's taking so long.
I get it.
She thinks she's going home.
I get it. That looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life.
Oh, here she goes, that.
It was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart, please.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? Take that to heart. I promise on my son's life, but that's how much it means to me. Girl, that's not going to overcome what you recorded on your own phone. That changes nothing.
It's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What do you say?
The 12th of never.
I mean, our digital forensics unit is got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean.
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop. Okay. But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
As soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their caseload and how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Does Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, that he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway. So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Mm-hmm. She thinks she's going home.
That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know. I can't, like, I don't know what to tell you, though. Like, what?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might want to, or yeah, you might want to.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but that, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore in my son's life was unintentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself.
Okay.
Going forward with this.
You're going to sit your flat ass down in the jailhouse. That's what you're going to be doing. That's what you have to prepare for, sitting your flat pancake ass down.
Nonetheless, with his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
We've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
So you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or you're gonna come back down here?
Bitch.
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm going to call you next.
Doesn't the report come out tomorrow?
No.
Our report.
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then...
No, I'm talking about his autopsy.
She's waiting and doing our follow-up, but...
She's looking at him again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But she won't be finished with him because she's pending for other stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done?
No, you're definitely done. How the hell are you this old and you have no self-awareness of any kind? How are you almost 50? I mean, she looked damn near 50 or over 50. About 55, 6 is what she looked like. How do you not know and realize that you're being interrogated for murder and you're the prime suspect and they're not sending you home?
How long does this stuff take to get back?
The
Most
FGLE
of that
results?
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
But I'll know about it?
Sorry. Our dispatch center keeps calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot. No more.
Have you ever watched these interrogation videos when the police officers grow tired and they've heard all the information they need to hear from you? They know that you're lying and you're going round and round in circles. they all get to a point where they just start sort of disengaging, and they become very elusive with the answers to in particular questions. Because I'm pretty sure they're aware that she's trying to pump them for information and trying to, play the odds of to come up and have her story match the forensics and all that good stuff. But I'm just noticing the body language of both the detectives. They're both done. And when they're doing all this texting back and forth, that means she's getting ready to be up in handcuffs. I don't know why she don't realize this, but she's about to be in cuffs.
But my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
Yes, but you have to understand too. I know.
Okay, just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I had no idea because I've never done it before.
Oh.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I do it before?
Why did you do it now?
Come on.
Clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know why. You just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
It's feeding and penning. The fact that you guys would assume that I'm that kind of person.
I'm not assuming anything. We're going by the facts. It happened.
Like you said, you don't know me.
Well, slam dunk there. She thinks she's going somewhere. She thinks she's going home. This fool really believes she's going home.
What time is it, please?
4:46.
Come on, tell us that you got somewhere to go. Tell us you got somewhere to go. So they can break your face.
In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough.
Oh, it's punishment enough. Well, you're right, girl. It's punishment enough. You know, the fact that you had him suffer, he had slowly suffocated to death, and now you realizing that it happened, and you have to live without him, that's punishment enough. So, you know, go ahead and just open the door, let her go. She learned her lesson, y'all. She learned her lesson.
I think that's why I haven't slept. Because that's all I see. So that right there says something.
Read the room, ho!
Not my intention.
This is just a really texture.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Yeah.
That's punishment in itself.
That's punishment in itself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a tragic situation.
I'm through with alcohol. And it's unfortunate that stupid things like this happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
She's trying to make it seem like she had alcohol and that led to, like a fender bender or, a missing tail light or something minuscule. Like you killed a person. You killed him.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you give a shit.
His daughters too.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Bitch, I think anybody and everybody who sees this will say collectively together, fuck your feelings.
Making a comment. I mean,
CSI, that was there yesterday. I think she took your photos.
I don't know who's doing these closed captions, but they are off base.
So I'm just going to take a swab and go around on one hand and then do the separate one for your other hand.
I would hope that she washed her hands between Sunday and today. Britain. Yeah, fuck COVID. Just cough with your mouth open. But this is Florida, so. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause. Live for the applause, applause. Live for the play to cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Hey, Munchkin. I don't know what is going on with this closed captioning. Nobody is speaking. The words are coming up on the screen. This is weird. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause. Live for the applause, applause. A-P-P-L-A-U-S-C. A-P-P-L-A-U-S-C. I wish y'all say something. Now you got all this downtime. That means you need to be getting your lives together. You got time. Your brain needs to be working. The way that she acts is like she's a teenager in the principal's office, and everything is going to be okay with just saying, I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. Well, she didn't even say I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It wasn't intentional. Like there was a cafeteria fight or something. That's the kind of demeanor that she has. Like, we're not registering that your actions caused the death of a person. That's a lot going on. Got 30 pair of gloves, 30 bags. Like I said, you got time to think of your lie. You got time. How much longer we got? Let me see if I can speed this along, because this is boring.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Okay, I'm done with all these. Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go. Okay. Do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we've talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He asked to swear. Remember how I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so he raised his hand to remind me to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which?
True
everything?
and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Just say yes, bitch.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
That's how
Anytime
you
we talk
swear.
to somebody, we want to assure that everything that we talked about is
true and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
It's not a trick question.
To the best of my knowledge?
To the best of your knowledge.
Girl.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, do me a favor, stand up.
Yep.
I need you to turn around, face the wall.
Yep.
Hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
What?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
Oh.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't
Someone
really
needs to
understand.
call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You will be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
Uh-oh.
Why
You'll
is
be
this
afforded.
happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not
No,
a trick.
not
How's
a
it a
trick.
trick?
So,
I brought you in here to ask you to explain a few things to us, and
You were read your rights.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
intentionally.
I have to go through that.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Still dead.
okay.
Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Oh, don't give the little puppy dog eyes.
Really?
So if I didn't show up,
they were still going to arrest you.
Why is this happening?
Wow.
Before y'all said I could leave, that I was done after this. After that.
You are done.
Yes, we are done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is.
We are done.
Right.
Help a God.
Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
Sit on your flat ass.
Someone needs to call Brian.
Okay.
Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
How many?
What we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas.
Delusional.
Now he's just not going to have me come home.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that I can do.
No.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
Not right now. No. You'll be afforded a time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no idea.
Wow.
You should make first appearance probably by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I
had a
don't
sneaky
work in there.
suspicion this was going to happen. And I need water, like, really bad, please.
Lord. How are you being a Karen and you're under arrest?
Absolutely not.
Textbook Karen.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes right now.
No! That's contraband.
And what am I supposed to do with my car?
You'll be fine where it is. When you get down there, you'll have free phones. You'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
But how
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
Wow.
It depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I probably would say within the hour.
Oh, they're gonna enjoy her in the
In the
jail.
lobby, it's a free
All
phone
I'm
call.
doing is bringing you there, sign this paper, and you're all good.
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I going to be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Girl!
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. You'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm there?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as like he's saying, is if you don't
If
act
you
up.
go in and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
Why would
cursing
I
at
do
people,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out.
Oh,
If you
she
go in
is
acting like
so
this,
So I
frustrated.
asked for the big bay?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack.
No one cares.
Let them know.
Yep.
Go stand up.
I have not.
So what am I going to do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
It's gonna be in your property,
The first one's gonna come,
idiot.
But the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock out too. Okay.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are no opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
Made us decide to do this.
Uh-huh.
George is dead.
You guys, I knew this was going to happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came
Well,
down
we
here
did.
willingly.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
We were trying to figure out what's going on.
so bitch, if you knew it was happening, it was gonna happen, why are you asking questions like you're confused? Why are you trying to determine whether or not you was gonna go home if you knew it was gonna happen? Clearly, you didn't know it was gonna happen. Lying
We're
ass.
still trying to figure out what's going on.
Unintentionally.
Well, intentional or not, George is dead.
She hates hearing that.
You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything.
I need to get, I have my, I don't know if it's able to be or not.
I apologize.
No. I have things in my car that I need to put your,
What kind of stuff do you have in your car that you're worried about?
well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a nurse.
It's panic attack stuff.
Well, again, when you get checked in, you're going to be seeing a nurse, and that they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know they do have a pharmacy, and that you will be afforded to see somebody. Okay?
All done?
Yes, ma'am. I think so.
Bye, bitch.
No.
Bye, bitch. Anyway, so that's Sarah Boone and her 911 call and her interrogation. And again, it's full of lies and more lies and more lies and more lies. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I want to thank everybody that have, come through to listen to this video, this upload. And I plan on uploading some more content soon. Haven't been able to get online because Paisley has been sick, and he was throwing up brown stuff, and he's been going to the vet, and I've been babying him and trying to force him to take his medicine, but he's doing good now, so he's back being my little sock gremlin. But I had a full-on panic attack myself when I saw he wasn't well. But anyway, but I'll be getting some more content out, and also going to be doing my next Darrell stream, probably this weekend. So, get some more stuff out there to you. All right. Well, I want you to have a great rest of your afternoon. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys later. And one more thing, and that's drums, please.
Drums, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great time tonight. We have truly enjoyed ourselves, and we would like to thank you for being a part of the show and coming to visit this platform. Live on YouTube, Auntie Miracle B. Make sure you come back, because it's all the way live each and every time. Auntie Miracle B.